Good morning. Welcome to this afternoon weather update. It is 4:31 p.m. and we're going to take a look at a few things in today's update. But first of all, we should get cracking on the SPC outlook because it is that time of year, guys. It's severe weather time. And a lot of times you'll see out of the blue severe weather outbreaks happen all across the Tornado Alley. Anyways, here's day three severe thunderstorm outlook from SPC. And as you can see here in the yellow, we have a slight risk of severe weather. Let's read a little bit on that. So the the synopsis is the upper pattern early Thursday is forecast to consist of a western conus, which is continental United States, if you didn't know, trough, and subtropical ridging centered over the Gulf of Mexico. Okay, so again, western trough ridging over the Gulf of Mexico. Bingo spells for severe weather because why? When you get your cold air in the plains and warmer air south, that is perfect for severe weather. It's just how it works. Enhanced mid-level westerly and southwesterly flow will persist between these two features, extending from northern Mexico into the Great Lakes region, and a pair of shortwave troughs will be embedded within the belt of the stronger flow. One initially near the mid Missouri Valley and the other across southern Arizona and northern Mexico. Okay, so not only will we have the instability, but we'll have the cape and the pieces of energy, the low pressure with it, the trigger, as we call them as weather forecasters. But both shortwaves are expected to progress northeastward. Okay, so then it just goes into detail on how this will happen. But the bottom line is on day three, which is, let's see, what's today? Tuesday. This would be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Watch out, Texas. Don't be surprised if they upgrade this and bump this up to maybe a moderate, because that's a lot of times how it happens. Day four, again, we have a severe. Let's take a look at day four. Here we have a 15% chance of severe weather. And again, this the discussion notes how the broad upper troughing is expected to extend across the CONUS early day four Friday with one embedded shortwave trough over Kansas and Oklahoma and another farther west over the southwest. Okay, so again, the system essentially simply just moves east a little bit. Um, so we do have some action in terms of our severe weather. Not anything in the near future in terms of really short range, but in the medium range, we will have to keep our eyes on that. Well, day three. I wouldn't say that's medium. That's more so day three, pretty short range. Let's take a look at our snowfall outlook. Our latest run, we have a pretty big system there in the northeast. This would be by Tuesday and Monday. And again, Wednesday, we see snow filling in a little bit. And again, we see some snow all the way down into Michigan. So this is not an isolated event, but this is pretty late in the season, but we have been seeing that pattern this year of late season snow. We also have a lot of snow here in the western mountains. So again, bottom line, winter season, keyword season, is not over yet. We still have a lot of snow taking place, especially for this time of year. With that being said, I want to take a look at NOAA's 8 to 14 day temperature outlook to see, what's the overall pattern going to be like in the next 8 to 14 days for in terms of will we have more snow or not. And here is our 8 to 14 day temperature outlook. And as you can see, a lot of cooler air in the northeast and the northern plains and in the west. So we will see that continuing on. Let's take a look at day 6 through 10 because that's a bit more extreme. We have a lot of cold centered here in the western half of the USA near California and Nevada and places like that. And a lot of precip too as well. So we're going to be talking about a lot more snow in the mountains. I forgot to mention that. Let's take a look again at our GFS snowfall outlook for these mountainous regions. And ironically, not as much snow as I thought, which it can happen in a forecast. It just doesn't go how you think it's going to go. But anyways, that's what it's showing there. So it's the bottom line. Is we do have some severe weather in the making. I think we're in for an active season this year. The Farmer's Almanac is predicting a pretty active season for the southeast in terms of severe weather, and So watch out if you're in the southeast. I wouldn't discount them as a forecasting service. I think they're pretty decent. Um, and along with any other long range weather forecasting, you want to take them with a grain of salt, but there is a science that goes into it. And a lot of times I will even say that long range forecasting is harder than short range forecasting, and it requires more effort, at least in my own experience, because you're using a lot more factors than you are to forecast something in the short range. You're using a bunch of factors that have to come into alignment for a long period of time. So keep that in mind. But that's it, guys. Just want to show you guys. Happy first day of spring. Happy official first full day of spring, I should say. And thank you for watching. Make sure you share my updates for more long range weather content, and see you in the next vid.